Hello, folks. The usual suspects back in business here. Hi. Hey, Josh here. Got my man Boz here in the building. How's it going on your end over there, Boz?
It's really depressing weather here, rainy and cloudy, and the last few days. But yeah, that's how it is in Norway, in this month, usually. Yeah.
Yeah, understand. We had a good deal of rain yesterday, but
Mm.
the show goes on, as they say. We had Golden
Yeah.
Gloves here in DC, and it was live. Good action that was taking place there. So I was tied up with that. So didn't get to see all of the stuff
Mm.
that went down, but I caught some of the fights that were in effect there last night. And then I know we missed the previous week, so we certainly are gonna have to talk about that good
Yeah.
card that went down over there in Japan. So
Mm.
appreciate you all being here per usual. Those that'll be hopping in and joining us here live, as well as those that will be listening on the replay. We always are appreciative of such. Salute to my man Remy out there. Salute to you, Remy. Appreciate you being here. Hey, folks, if you don't know, you
Oh.
see it right there. Go check out Remy. Give him a like and subscribe over on his channel for sure. Go
Mm.
check out Remy. As always, good dude right
Okay.
there. So appreciate you there, Remy. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. So yeah, we're here to talk a little boxing action. So we had some pretty solid stuff take place over the last weekend. We had
Mm.
Raymond Ford versus Kholmatov. That was for a title. I'll get the exact title it was for here in a sec, but this was a ESPN card, a ESPN Plus top rank card, or at least a mixture of such is
Yeah.
also shown on Sky Sports. But Kholmatov, Uzbek fighter, coming in against Raymond Ford, American fighter, who's had a lot of fanfare. And WBA World Featherweight title was on the line. And
Mm.
the featherweight division, it does have some heat over here, just or in general here over the last several years. So
Wow.
this was likely a setup for things to come because we know there are other guys that are out there like Luis Alberto Lopez, who's the champion as well, and he just so happened to
Mm.
also fight on this card. So a lot of good contests could be set up in the aftermath of this. But I wasn't able to catch the fight live. I know, Bod, you weren't. I was able to catch the highlights of it. From all indications, it was a fight of the year type candidate, and I think that tells us, hey, it
Mm.
may be worthy to watch on replay. But it ended up being a stoppage victory for Raymond Ford there in the 12th and final round. So he had to show some resolve, and as I understand it, he
Mm.
was down on two of the judges' scorecards. So that's telling right there that he was able to pull off a stoppage victory. And I have to give it to him because I've seen Raymond Ford as he's come up here over the last several years, and I actually
Mm.
picked Komatov to win this fight, at least on the pick side of things. But ultimately, hey, it ended up being a situation where Raymond Ford came through at a time when
Mm.
you needed to. You got to give it to those guys who can step it up and get her done right there at the final parts of a fight when there's nothing
Yeah.
else on the line.
Yeah, I just heard from a friend of mine, that shout out to Peter, who sadly cannot join us this time. That there was some controversy over that stoppage. Like that was with only 7 seconds to go or something. It happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in the very much in the closing seconds, and seeing the replay of it, it definitely looked to be one of those situations where I think it was warranted because Komatov he basically had his back turned. He was done for. So the referee did what I thought was the right thing in
Oh,
there as far as
yeah,
going through and making it happen. Real quick,
yeah.
shout out to Remy with the super chat. Says appreciate it. Appreciate you, Remy. We got Remy dropped in here, dropped the super chat. Shout out to my man Rodolfo Rivera Jr. in the building. Rodolfo, let's go, baby. Appreciate you being here as well. Let's
Hey,
certainly salute to Remy there for the super chat. We appreciate it, buddy.
RRJ, what's up, my man, brother? Yeah, it's a good thing Komatov didn't live up to his last name. He could have wound up in coma. It's a good thing they stopped anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, they did. They ended up stopping it. Like I said, I thought it was warranted, and as a matter of fact, yeah, it just something that needed to happen. So Ray Vargas, or not Ray Vargas, but Raymond Ford, he now throws
Ford.
his name into the mix with some of the other top dogs there. He needed that win, and this was an opportunity for him right here. And he did what he had to do. So he
Mm,
needed this type of victory, and this was a chance, his first shot at the world title, and he came through in a major way. So this is at 126 pounds, as I mentioned, folks. So I'm going to actually pull up the ratings there at 126 pounds. So there's potentials for some other fights that can be made as far as Vargas. And then for the other guy, Kholmatov, hey, he's done here. He can come back, make sure he tightens up what he needs to tighten up as far as being able to withstand and hold through to get through the
mm,
entirety of a contest at that high level. Because as mentioned, he was winning the fight in the eyes of many, but yeah, just didn't work out as far as
yeah.
him being able to pull off the victory there in the long run. So if he goes back, does what he needs to do, then I think that he can actually get himself right back in the mix. Now, what I'm doing is pulling up the ratings there, the
Oh,
ring
this
ratings.
is.
We're going to go with ring there at 126
I
pounds.
love it. I love it. It is so cool.
Yeah.
Cool,
So
man.
you got Ray Vargas, who's actually going to be fighting next week, as a matter of fact.
Oh
Vargas is
yeah.
taking on Nick Ball, who's down there out of the UK. And Ball, yeah, very
Mm,
good fighter there. So Ray Vargas has the WBC title, IBF there with Luis Alberto Lopez. We know Lee Wood said he's going to be
yeah.
moving up. So Raymond
That
Ford has
doesn't
thrown his name in
surprise
the
me.
mix there.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, Lee Wood always looked very big for a featherweight to me, anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big 126 pounder.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
certainly. So he adds his. So yeah, with Lee Wood gone, I guess that essentially, in a sense, when you look at it from the ranking standpoint, makes Alberto Lopez potentially the top dog there at
Mm.
126 pounds, and Luis Alberto Lopez has looked very good in his last several contests, and he's an exciting fighter to watch. And he's
Mm.
in top form right now. Has a lot of experience, and he's the man. So I look forward to him uh, or seeing him more as he moves on. But now we have Raymond Ford, whose name is in the mix here as well. So that's going to make it very interesting.
Mm.
Raymond Ford. So I'm sure when the
Yeah.
rankings come out, you'll see
Hope,
him there as a champion. Where you rate him, that's
hopefully.
of course, subjective, but
Yeah.
he's going to be up there, and he'll make for some interesting fights with some guys. And I think it's going to be tough because the
Mm.
division, when you really look at it from a low key standpoint, is pretty tough. Rafael Espinoza, who we know took out Robeisy Ramirez to win this title, that could be a potential fight for Raymond Ford as well. And hey, Brandon Figueroa, he's still out there. I like Brandon Figueroa. I think he's one of those guys that
Oh
uh,
yeah,
he's
definitely.
always
Yeah.
in tough. He's always going to be a tough outing for whoever
Mm.
he's in against. So he has the
Yeah.
potential of working his way into the title picture or getting a title if that opportunity presents itself again.
Definitely. He's definitely the more talented of the Figueroa brothers, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other one was pretty solid, but yeah, I guess in the long run,
Yeah.
yeah,
He
Brandon.
was he was solid, but he just didn't quite accomplish what he looked
Yeah,
capable of. Yeah.
yeah, didn't have that dedication to things as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, so that certainly adds into it. Hey, we're gonna get to that one for sure. There, Rodolfo mentions Ngannou versus AJ next Friday for sure. We are for sure. We are. Salute, brother Josh and Big Boz. Hey, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. We appreciate you, Bruce. Thank you for dropping in, my friend. So Bruce Gas,
Yeah.
Boxing Jazz, and more. Be sure to go give him a subscription over there on his channel. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Because Bruce always comes with it. Very entertaining stuff happening over there. So appreciate you dropping in, Bruce. Then, of course, Fight Night Scores. Salute to Fight Night Scores. Appreciate you dropping by, buddy. If you didn't know, go check them out. Be sure to go like and subscribe. Just left from that channel. As a matter of fact, we did a watch and rescore of the Jack Catterall, Josh Taylor contest that took place
Not,
a couple years
not
ago.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, certainly not Jake Paul, but Catterall Taylor. We did a watch and rescore of that, and to see if it was a robbery. Hey, the verdict is still out. You might have to go check it out for yourself. So go subscribe to Fight Night Scores.
We all thought it was, but maybe not such a huge robbery. But I mean,
yeah. Not. We've seen some worse robberies for sure. We've definitely seen some worse.
But nobody said it was a just decision. I don't think anybody, except maybe the biggest Taylor fans, most ardent ones. Yeah, and I'm a Taylor fan myself. You know, let that be clear. But no way he won that fight. No way.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Yeah, I thought that Catterall won it as well. I had it by a round. Interestingly enough, I thought it would be more than that, but sloppy fight. Just from overall standpoint. A lot of holding, falling.
I hope their second fight will be a lot better, lot prettier for the eyes.
Oh yeah. Certainly. You would think it can't get any worse than that last one as far as all that was going on. So it has to be a little bit better, I would say, at the very least.
Yeah,
but salute to Remy again. Salute to Remy with the super chat. Drop the super chat in there again. Just want to say that real quick. Appreciate your brother. So Remy dropping in that super chat. As I mentioned, folks, go check out Remy. Go give him a subscription. Please go do so. Good guy right there. So always enjoy you dropping by there, Remy. And he also says Espinosa versus Ford is a good one. That is.
Yeah.
That is.
I was gonna say that we've seen it in other of Catterall's fights. He is kind of a dirty fighter. I mean, he is a very physical fighter for sure. So I expect pretty much. Well, I have a little hope that this fight will be very different from the first one, but maybe it will be a little better, better to watch.
Oh yeah, certainly it would be, or it should be, and
but that also depends on Josh Taylor, because in the first fight he clearly wasn't at his best, So that's also why.
Yeah, you could argue, his last couple. So we'll see what version of him we see out here.
Yeah.
See if he's on his game. So look forward to that one for sure. But again, salute to Remy there for the super chat. Espinosa Ford. So Rafael Espinosa, Mexican fighter there, who gave it to Robeisy Ramirez. Ramirez showed some resolve in the contest, but ultimately he wasn't able to withstand that onslaught from Espinosa and ended up losing his title there in the long run, despite dropping Espinosa with a hard shot that almost looked like he was going to get Espinosa out of there at one point. But Espinosa versus Raymond Ford, that's an interesting contest. Two guys who will bring it offensively. So Raymond Ford will have the opportunity to land on Espinosa, and I think he showed against Kholmatov that, hey, when he puts his punches together in the right way, he can do something to get you out of there. So that would be a pretty exciting fight, as a matter of fact. It has the makings of something pretty exciting. And I'd imagine now with both of these guys having the title, unification, and they're both going to have that true grit. I like the gritty nature of Raymond Ford, the way he pulled off the contest yesterday. So Rafael Espinosa, Raymond Ford could be one in the future. Seems like it's one that can be made. Top Rank will have some involvement. Make it happen, baby.
I see that Ford is from Camden, like Dwight Cowie, same kind of.
Oh yeah. Camden, New Jersey. Apparently, he's been working with Shakir Stevenson, though. That's helped him as well as far as his development and what he's been doing. I'd imagine they've been probably getting in some sessions there, sparring wise, all that stuff. So, he's getting some good tutelage, I would say.
Yeah, I wonder, has there been any more world champions from Camden except for these two? That's what I'm wondering about.
Oh yeah, might be. It's
Mm,
specifically from Camden, New Jersey. New Jersey,
yeah,
low key has some pretty solid overall fighters. When you just think about it,
yeah.
in general,
I know
and
Camden is close. Yeah,
yeah,
I know Camden is close to Philadelphia, so we know about
hmm
Philadelphia, of course. But yeah, I don't think they've had many anyway champions in the past. Like
yeah, yeah,
Dwight.
yeah, but yeah, maybe not. But that's the interesting one. One we'll have to look into
Yeah,
for sure. I think that's one. Yeah, definitely we can have a good conversation on. Salute to JC. JC, salute to you. Appreciate you dropping by, buddy. Here talking some boxing, of course, talking about some action from
GC.
yesterday. And we appreciate you joining in. Feel free to comment anything you want. Hey,
Hmm.
we'll try to get to it for sure. I
Yeah.
also wanted to note, as mentioned, so there was another fight on there, Lopez versus Abe. I think that's his name, a Japanese fighter. From my understanding, Lopez was able to dominate that contest against Abe. Uh, first time here for JC. So, hey, appreciate you, JC. Do stay around. Do continue to come around, buddy. Hey, we love the
Yep.
discussion. We talk about history too. You know, the channel primarily focuses on history, but here's where we talk about the
Hmm.
modern stuff, bring it into the fold. But do come around. We
Oh
want
yeah.
to have
Hmm.
you in the mix there, JC. So appreciate you. And salute to my man Bruce Gas. Hey JC, you want to check out Bruce Gas as well. And the others on here, you see the names there. Some good stuff for sure. Some good stuff for sure.
Oh, he's
Uh,
at work. Hmm.
oh yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah. Oh, so Bruce Gas, you know him. All right, all right. Bruce Gas, since you're here. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Good stuff indeed. So
Yeah, we
but
have.
yeah, so you had that. Then you had Brian Norman versus Boca Chica. Brian Norman Jr. That was the contest that was also on this card here. Brian Norman, a guy with a lot of promise, and Boca Chica, a guy who's been in tough and he's looked good at points. As a matter of fact, and he's put up good contests. And this looked like it was going to be a pretty solid contest overall when it started, but it was kind of ruined by some headbutting, unintentional headbutts, two unintentional
Hmm.
headbutts. One in the first round that left a pretty solid looking gash there on the eye of Boca Chica. I think it was the left eye. And then ultimately he landed an elbow that left a gash on the right eye of Brian Norman, which was crazy. And
Hmm.
then there was a headbutt again that left a big gash, from what you could tell, at least it
Oh
was
man.
on the forehead of Boca Chica. So it's just
Hmm.
one of those situations where, yeah, I don't see those head. I think those headbutts were going to continue to stop. Maybe it's the style
Headbutt.
thing, but ultimately it was turning into a fight, solid fight. There at the end of the first round, as a matter of fact, beautiful right hand landed by Boca Chica on Brian Norman Jr. As Brian Norman is an example of not to throw right lazily with your left hand low. I think he was just kind of in a moment where he was kind of just zoned out in some sense, and he drew this right hand. He didn't even have his left in any form of a position to protect himself, and Boca Chica just slipped in a right to the kisser, as they say, and it sent Norman down. Norman was hurt. He was certainly hurt. You could see it in his face, and he was able to withstand. Though I give him that because that was a nice, clean punch that landed. If you haven't seen it, certainly one to check out there if you can.
Yeah,
Out there on
I
YouTube or
will.
something of
I
that
will.
nature. But he got
Yeah.
dropped in the first round, and Norman had to show some resolve. But ultimately,
Hmm.
the contest stopped. They ended it after the third before we went into the fourth round. Boca Chica's corner, I think they said he was weakening or something. So it was some blood. They couldn't really stop the bleeding, but it was going to
Hmm.
continue to drip down. And ultimately, it's going to be ruled a no contest because it was only the fourth round. The fourth round hadn't started yet. Otherwise, after the fourth, it would have went to the card. So maybe there'll be a rematch. I mean, who knows? I think it would be interesting if there is. It looked like it was going to be a fight where we're going to see more solid action at some point. But yeah, definitely those cuts, who knows how they could have altered things there towards the tail end. So we'll see if they get back in there together at some point. I don't know. Have you? I don't know if you've seen Brian Norman Jr. You may have seen him, but he's a guy that's been highly touted.
Not
Been on
sure. I
the up
don't think so.
in some sense.
I don't
Has
think.
some fanfare behind him.
I don't think so, but yeah, probably maybe. I'm gonna check him out anyway.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, he's definitely worth checking out. So this was going to be a good contest right there because, as mentioned, Boca Chica was battle tested, so it would have been good. Hey, if Norman would have went on to get that victory, it would have been a solid victory for him as well. But maybe they'll do the rematch here at some point once those cuts heal up because, yeah, even Norman's cut, yeah, it was a pretty nice size gash on his left eye as well. So it's going to take a little time for both of them, just given such. So we'll see what happens next for them. Real quick, Bruce Gas says, JC, a veteran of these streets. Hey, salute to you there, JC. Shout out to all the veterans out there. Semper Fi to all my Marine brothers out there. Semper Fi to Hua to my Army brothers out there. I forget what the thing is for Air Force. Then all my Navy brothers and sisters out there. Man the torpedoes and something they say. But Semper Fi for sure to the Marines out there. Remy Winches, JC Military. Appreciate having you here. JC Military man holding it down. Salute, bro. And then Rodolfo Rivera Jr. says, I remember there were rumors of Norman giving Tank some trouble when they spar. Okay, yeah, that was out there for a little bit. So I guess that says a little bit something right there about Norman. He can do some things. So he's touted. So we'll see what happens here and at least what's next for both of these guys. I'd imagine here more towards the summer. That's probably how long it's going to be. So before we see either of them again. So that was a good contest, or at least for as long as it lasted. Then you had a victory I didn't see. I think his name's Ivan Polanco, Dominican fighter who's highly touted. He ended up picking up a victory. We had Troy Isley picking up a victory. I got to see that fight as well. Shout out to Troy Isley at Alexandria Gym here in the area. He ended up getting a stoppage victory. So making a name, showing that he's the guy, the transformer, one of those guys we can see in the title picture at some point sooner rather than later. So salute to you, Troy Isley. I need to chat with him. Got to get him on here at some point for sure. That'll be a good one. Hua, Remy, Hua to our brothers out there, the Army holding it down. They did. Rodolfo says, don't forget Semper Supra there, Rodolfo. Yeah, that's the word right there, man. That's the word. But Bods. Then another fight that happened last night, Bods, or at least a card that went down in Puerto Rico. Your favorite cruiserweight, Jake Paul, ended up getting a stop in the first round.
Not mine. No, don't give them a wrong impression. Come on. Yeah, I saw that I saw the knockout itself. It was posted somewhere online. Yeah, he beat some nobody again.
Oh, yeah. He did.
I don't even know. Ryan Borland. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Yeah, I saw a few highlights of it on Twitter. Yeah, of him beating up on the guy, a real boxer at that. So give it to him. Hey, he beat a real boxer, as they say. They got a few of those around here and there. Remy says Norman previously broke both hands. Oh yeah, that's crazy right there. I heard them talking about something with his hands there on the broadcast, mentioning that he had to get surgery, of course, and this is the best his hands have felt in a long time. So that's crazy. You need those hands to put in that work right there. So dealing with the hand issues is no joke.
Oh
in the
yeah.
sport of boxing, as we all know. So it's good to see him. You need at least feeling better now. So I'd expect that this could help him as well, as far as having gotten the surgeries were needed, and maybe his trajectory continues to shoot up from here.
Mhm.
Chavez Jr.
Yes.
versus Jake should be next. Rodolfo Rivera Jr. Hey,
Why
why
not?
not? Why
Yeah.
not? That's a fight. That's a fight
I
that
don't
needs to
even know. Don't even know when if Chavez Jr. is still active. When was his last fight? I don't even know.
happen.
I
Yeah,
assume
he's
you.
kind of semi-active,
Yeah,
semi-retired.
yeah. I assume he's talking about Julio Cesar Chavez, not Omar.
Yeah. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., baby.
Yeah,
Let's get Jr. out there and get him back active. Jake Paul
yeah.
Jr. Interesting one.
That would be pretty even matched. I think fight at this stage. Yeah. Mm.
Rodolfo said Chavez Jr. is in a mental asylum right
Oh
now. It's
no!
sad. Crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Crazy
really good.
Chavez Jr. Crazy.
Too much damage from. Yeah, I guess he took too many punches. It
Well,
can happen.
certainly
Yeah.
wish him the best. Wish him the
Yeah.
best in his mental health journey. All that good stuff. So hopefully we
Mm.
hear good things here in the future on what's going
Yeah.
on with him. So yeah, we may not see him back in the ring then. We may not.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
definitely don't want any more damage thrown in the mix there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He will not be granted a license. I don't think so. If he's that bad state.
yeah. Good point there, Remy. Don't do drugs. A good
Yeah.
point. Hey, one can stand on for sure. Don't do it. If you
Mhm.
attempt it, do not do it. But yeah, so yeah, we may not get Paul versus Chavez Jr. But hey, this fight had went down in Puerto Rico, and Amanda Serrano was supposed to be the
Yeah.
headliner. She ended up having an issue with her eye. They were saying
Hmm.
something about her cornea. I got clarity on it, further clarity on it.
Oh
Alex Vega,
shit.
salute Alex Vega when we were on the Fight Night Score stream. Apparently, something she used on her hair got into her eye, and she was trying to get cleared to fight at least up to the very last minute, but it wouldn't happen. The athletic commission there in Puerto Rico didn't allow it, and because of such, her fight got scrapped. So we
Hmm.
didn't get to see Amanda Serrano make her title defense. But that being said, we know that we could see her back in there at some point with this
Hmm.
person or maybe someone else. She did mention that she was going to have her retirement fight in question in Puerto Rico. So her retirement fight most certainly going down in Puerto Rico. I had a little screen glitch right there.
Yeah, it's she is already in that age where it's good for her to retire soon. I think. Yeah, she
Yeah.
obviously,
So
and also that she has said she will not fight 12 rounds. That will not do good for her career. Would not do if she had intended to continue. So
yeah.
I think, yeah. I also heard something while we are on women's boxing that Clarissa Shields will fight Chris Cyborg actually, or may fight her like in an MMA fight, in an MMA, not boxing, but still, yeah,
Oh
Clarissa.
I did see
I think she should just learn to, not shoot her mouth off and challenge anybody. Stop challenging people who she should not or has no chance in beating in their own game. Like, yeah.
so I don't know if Clarissa did she say she'd do it in MMA, which I don't think would be a swell
I don't
idea.
know. I think that was the idea, but I'm not completely
So
sure.
so I did see Chris Cyborg and Clarissa. They ran into each other at some kind of event in somewhere, Las
Yeah,
Vegas or something. I don't know where it was at actually, but they ran into each other at an event and they had a few words on potentially fighting in a boxing match.
oh,
But
really. Well,
uh, but Cyborg was
yeah.
saying that it would have to be at 147 pounds or whatever. And
Better for Clarissa, otherwise she will get crushed in an MMA
yeah,
fight. I mean, Chris Cyborg is like, she's inhumanly strong for a woman. I would say probably.
Oh yeah,
she,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, certainly. So we'll see if anything happens. They had some back and forth on social media, each
yeah,
having, well, for sure, Cyborg had a little video response and all that stuff. So we'll see if anything materializes from it. And hey, it could happen in MMA for sure, with both of them being in that PFL. But whether or
mm,
not it happens, we'll see. But very interesting. But yeah,
yeah,
Remy there. I've never seen a fight canceled minutes before the ring walk main event at that. Yeah, that was pretty interesting
yeah.
there. So yeah,
Sucks.
Serrano was the headliner there. Homecoming fight with her having the titles. And yeah, it's canceled minutes before the event ended. Yeah.
Homecoming queen.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know if there are pictures out there or whatever. So I didn't see what the eye looked like or anything. But yeah, that's unfortunate for sure. But yeah, minutes before it. But I saw something that said that they were going to refund all of the tickets, and it was just a good thing, I guess. Certainly to be able to do that because they still had the other fights, and then the opponent that Serrano was going to take on was getting her purse, which I think kudos there for sure because all the work was in. So yeah, maybe a rematch happens, but yeah, minutes before the fight, it was shut down essentially.
yeah. What a shock! I can imagine such a letdown, such a shock.
Yeah, certainly. Hey,
Mm,
one of those things. But also, Jonathan Gonzalez, one of Puerto Rico's two world champions, the other being Oscar Collazo, but he's the WBO junior flyweight champion. And so he picked up the unanimous decision victory. Christopher Pitifo Diaz, he fought on the card as well. I haven't seen that one, so I need to go back and check these out. But yeah, so you had Gonzalez defend his championship. So flyweight, those lower weights they always have fighters out there
mm.
doing their thing, and he's one of them. I'm looking here as well. Sam Eggington made a return. It looks like he
Oh,
lost to a
that's
German
right.
guy, Barral. I didn't see it, but I thought Eggington would get stopped or something of that
That guy.
nature.
What
But
was his name?
ultimately, he went the distance.
Abbas Barawi or something. His opponent, I
Barral, did you catch that one?
think. No, not even that. I'm afraid because it was just the
Yeah,
zone was showing this Serrano card, but yeah,
yeah. UK card. It looks like one of the judges had it a draw, but the other two had it 117, 111 and 117, 112 in favor of Barrow,
yeah.
Baru, which is
Eggington
crazy.
definitely his best days we say are behind him definitely.
Yeah, that's why I thought he would get stopped ultimately because yeah, he certainly seen his
Yeah.
best days and he's been in some wars, all that good stuff, and he's one of those guys.
Mm.
Never a very defensive fighter, just fought fire with fire
Yeah,
essentially.
that's the problem. Yeah, he's a warrior. He's a brawler. Yeah, definitely.
Certainly. Then there was a Pro Box card that prior Wednesday, Paldo versus Maduno. Paldo ended up dropping a split decision to Maduno, a Mexican fighter. Now, I thought Paldo won that contest, but he ultimately lost it. This was a Pro Box TV card. You never know with the judges. I will say the other guy was coming forward a lot and was the aggressor, but though he wasn't landing a ton of the cleaner shots that Paldo was. But hey, judges sometimes see
Yeah.
things different. So Paldo left out of there with a loss.
Hmm.
And then the week prior, we can get to this. There was a big card, and we didn't get to chat about it last time because we didn't have the show
Yeah,
last week. But we
we
had a big
did.
card over in Japan where we had Alex Santiago taking on Junto Nakatani for the WBC World Bantamweight Championship. That was a fight that went down. I know you've gotten a chance to see that right there. It was the headliner, or believe, or maybe no, it was the co-main, but I guess you could say
Hmm.
arguably the headliner because we all know how Nakatani gets down. 6-round
Yeah,
TKO victory against a game but outmatched in size for sure and length. Alex Santiago, who tried to get in there, just couldn't find his way in to get that distance cut off for against
yeah,
Nakatani and suffered suffer
Yeah,
the fate that many have seen here with Nakatani, who seems to be on his game. 6-round TKO buys. I know you saw that one, Nakatani.
yeah,
Let me know what you think of him because, man, he's almost must-see TV at this point.
yeah. Of course. I mean, what can I say? Very impressive knockout. I mean, yeah, the way he put those left right together, and yeah, just unbelievable. I mean, he was born to do this, to knock out guys. So you can see it in the fight was competitive before that, but I think even then, Nakatani was doing a little better. I thought even until the sixth round. Yeah, the other guy, Rodriguez, was it? Yeah, he was. He is of course a small guy, fast guy, but really wasn't able to really get Nakatani in any kind of trouble or off his balance, throw him off his balance, and so the result had to be, of course, a knockout for victory for Junto Nakatani. Yeah,
Oh yes, certainly, certainly. And yeah, Santiago, he had come in. He had coming into the fight. He had beat Nonito Donaire in what
but
seemingly
yeah,
like
that's right.
the last fight for Donaire. Though I think Donaire's going to fight again, but
Well,
Santiago, he had some pretty solid momentum. Had a title, but yeah, Nakatani, man, as Remy says. He's
knocked
pound
him
for
out.
pound in his opinion. Hey, I'm with you there, Remy. I mean, he just looks so good thus
Yeah,
far.
I just hope we get to see him fight in Norway in
Oh yeah, that's a
future.
super fight. So he's at
Yeah,
118 right now. In a way, he's 2 fights in, I believe, at 122. So
22. Yeah, yeah.
might be doable. But this was Nakatani's first fight at 118. So we'll see how the
Mm.
timing works out. If Inoue sticks around at 122 for a longer
Yeah.
period, then maybe we get that, which would be a super
Mm.
fight. That's a boxing super fight right there. If we can get Inoue Nakatani at some point, no doubt about it. There.
Well, if nothing, he will fight the other in Norway, who is at the same in the same division, same weight
Yeah,
class.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Certainly.
Takuma.
Salute to Just Frank dropped in here. Salute to you there, Just Frank. Got the notification dropped there. Appreciate you. Just Frank said he's gonna drop a like, show some love, and watch when done. Hey, have a good one there, Just Frank. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. Appreciate you there. Be sure to check him out, folks. He streams live over there. Just Frank, that is. He streams live on his channel. Does some gaming. So check out Just Frank, folks. Remy says, well-rounded fighter, boxer, puncher, most certainly. Nakatani, we
Oh
remember that
yeah,
knockout of, I'm guessing, Jason Maloney. That was one of the
I
nicer
think
ones
it
we've
was
seen here that took place
Andrew.
last year.
Actually, it was Andrew actually.
Oh, was it
Andrew.
okay? Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're right. Because this was his first fight at 118. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
Andrew Maloney.
The last
So
round.
yeah,
Mm.
imagine if he does that to the brother. You know,
Yeah. He
and just
can't do that.
racking him up there. But you're right, Andrew Maloney. Yeah, that knockout was a special one. So we see that Jason Maloney is number 2 here, according to ring ratings. They're at 118 pounds. So that may be a fight that could potentially happen. Who knows?
Mm.
That may be one. We see Emmanuel Rodriguez. He has a belt. If you know Emmanuel
Yeah.
Rodriguez, in a way, he beat him, gave him his first loss in quick fashion, actually, in the World Boxing Super Series a few years back. So
Mm.
Emmanuel Rodriguez, hey, he's still in the mix there. He can fight. So Nakatani against Rodriguez. So opportunities here for Nakatani to potentially unify and, dare I say, ultimately become undisputed. So we got
Mm.
Takuma Inoue there. And what better way to introduce Nakatani to Naoya Inoue than by going through Takuma Inoue, who also fought on this card against Jerwin Ancas as well. So
Yeah.
maybe it was no mystery or no shock that the two were on the same card there as main event and co-main event. And now
Mm.
Nakatani is operating in that space of 118 pounds. But Takuma Inoue, as mentioned, he took on Jerwin and Kahash there in what was a fight that Takuma Inoue at some points was dominating. As you can see, he is a very solid fighter, 19-1, 5 KOs. There might be 20-1, or no, I think it is 19. I think he came into the last contest 18, but he doesn't have a ton of power. But that being said, he can get it done, and he was able to stop Jerwin Ancas to the body. Nice body shot at that he slipped in there. Thereby, I know you saw that contest as well, which it was ended in 9 rounds. It was the main event actually on this ESPN Plus card, and hey, it delivered. What are your thoughts on that one as well?
Really good fight, yeah. I mean, it was dominant, but Ancas was starting to come into the fight just when the knockout happened. He had a good previous round, and he was starting to look good, and then suddenly just bang, he hit somewhere in the stomach or whatever it was, and that's the like, when the body shots is the easiest one, you might say, way. Even those who don't hit that hard can knock you out if they hit you the right place to the body, definitely. So that's what happened here. As you said, he doesn't have that much power, but he still hits hard enough. I mean, to knock a guy out with a body shot, obviously. So I felt a little sorry for Jerwin, but that's boxing. I mean, he still was behind. Actually, he wasn't ahead when the knockout happened. Would have been worse, sadder for him. So it was a very good fight, I would say, all in all, and very impressive by Takuma Inoue.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, it was an exciting one for sure. I will say that there, Boz, because despite Takuma having such success on the outside, he chose to fight on the inside, or maybe he didn't choose. Maybe it was, hey, the pace was getting to him or whatever. But anyway, he ended up fighting on the inside as well, which was to his detriment, one would think. But he found some success even in doing that, though. That's where Ancas was able to come on a bit there prior to being stopped, of course. So very good fight there. And Takuma, in a way, he has some flash to him as well. His brother, of course, we know the monster has the power, has the pop that you can't really, you're kind of just born with that.
Power and
pop that he has, and apparently that didn't pass down to Takuma. But that being said, still a very good fighter. Still a very good fighter.
Yeah, we've seen that before with boxing brothers. One who can hit really hard, the other one, just doesn't have that same power. Like, for instance, I believe a good example is the Magdaleno brothers.
Oh yeah,
Diego and Jesse is the one with power. And Diego is the one without any significant power anyway.
Yep, good point right there. Good point for sure. And you see there, 4 of the top fighters there at 118, at least ratings wise, are out of Japan. So hey, they got some scrappy fighters down there in those lower weight divisions. So it's not even just 118, but Japan has produced some very good fighters, certainly that are active right now.
Really, they have really. I mean, they always had a really pretty strong boxing, let's say, culture over there, and when it comes to pretty much most fighting sports or combat sports, but especially now lately, these last 10 years or so, they have started quite producing big names.
Most certainly. Shout out to our guy Max Duran who's in there. Hey, anytime, Max. Anytime you drop by is the right time. So no biggie at all. Appreciate you, brother. So salute to you there, Max Duran in the building, folks. And of course, Stop Motion MMA. Be sure to check out Stop Motion. Go over there and subscribe to his channel. You're gonna get some boxing stuff despite the name as well. So you might see some MMA stuff, but hey, he's into boxing for sure. So he says, "What's up? Salute to you there, Stop Motion. Appreciate you dropping by, buddy." So yeah, go check him out, folks, for sure. Then Remy says Takuma is no, his brother is yes, he is there. Remy, they're brothers. Takuma just doesn't have the power, but he could box for sure. He just doesn't have that pop.
Yeah,
But yeah, they are brothers. Very interesting. Uh, so they're trained by their father. So got to get the father or not. He's got two top level fighters there that he's basically brought up himself. So got to give him some props there for sure.
yeah. I was also asking, maybe somebody here knows. There's another Inoue who's called Takeshi. Does anybody know if he's related to these
Oh
brothers?
yeah,
Because
Takeshi Inoue. Yeah, anyone
Takeshi
know that
Inoue.
Takeshi Inoue? Let me see here, Takeshi Inoue. Because oh yeah, I've heard of him. I wonder if he is. It could be a
Yeah,
different one.
it doesn't say anything online. I couldn't find any like info because then probably not, because had he been like a brother or a close relative, it would have probably stood there,
Yeah, I
like
remember this cat. Yeah, he
yeah.
fights higher weights. He's up there in the junior middleweight, welterweight area, or started as a welterweight,
Oh,
junior middleweight.
really? Right, Takeshi.
So yeah, he may be. Hey, he could be a cousin or something. In actuality,
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
that Inoue name seems kind of unique.
Yeah,
So it's a good one. We're gonna find out there, Bob. Someone has to know. You know, right there, don't you, Rodolfo? Do you know? Rodolfo says he's not related by the looks of it. Yeah,
yeah,
maybe not. He is
obviously.
bigger, so he's
Yeah,
bigger naturally. So yeah, maybe
yeah,
that's
but
an indication.
it is seems to be a kind of, well, not a very common last name, in Japan. So that's why I
Oh
said,
yeah, yeah,
wow.
very interesting.
Yeah,
Very interesting. And I saw that Rodolfo said it looks like Jamal has been stripped of all titles. Jamal Charlo, that is. So he was
about
undisputed at
time.
one point. And
Good.
did he even
Yeah,
defend the titles as undisputed champion, other than
I
against
don't know.
Canelo
Yeah,
when he had
yeah,
all?
yeah, Remy, that's right. That's where I heard from. He fought Mungia, this guy
Oh
Takeshi.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah, he
Yeah,
did. So Takeshi did fight Munguia. Yeah, I remember that contest.
mm,
Yeah, that was at
154.
154, I believe,
Yeah, yeah. I don't
which is
think
crazy.
Mungia ever fought below 154, did he? I don't think so.
Yeah. I think he started out there, unless he
Yeah.
did early on. If I can't recall if he was below it, but yeah, this was a 154. And as we
Mm.
know now, Munguia is operating at the 168 pound space. So goes to show you, goes to show
Yeah,
you.
which is kind of more natural considering his size. Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
was
was
always pretty big. He was a big
yeah,
154. He
big.
certainly was when he fought Saddam Ali, dominated
Mm.
him.
Yeah,
Or am I
yeah.
thinking correct? Did he fight Saddam Ali?
I think so. Yeah, he did actually. But it's not that he only was tall. He is actually a big, all around big guy for those weights,
Oh
154
yeah, I'm right. Yeah, so
pluses.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, you could just tell the difference. Yeah, when he, I just remember that. But he's been bigger than a lot of the guys he's done in. So yeah, 168 is
Mm.
seemingly natural for him there. Rodolfo says early on Munguia was a welter. Okay, makes sense.
He must have been very skinny then. Yeah.
Or 140. My bad. So 140. Yeah, he started out in Mexico. I know he was fighting
Well,
young
then,
at a young age.
yeah, he was probably 16 or something.
Let's see here. Yeah, I
He
see him.
fought.
Yeah, I see where his in his first fight he was actually 142 pounds, and he was as low as 140. As a matter of fact, looking here on BoxRec, that's crazy.
You know, that guy, Carlos Sugar de Leon, he started out as a
Oh yeah,
lightweight, but was a cruiserweight world champion. So yeah,
oh wow, interesting.
yeah. I think he even in the end of his career fought at heavyweight. He did for a while
Yeah,
at the end.
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
From
yeah.
135 to yeah. Wow. Some
Yeah,
guys are
Remy
just
says
like
Ali versus Munguia. When you said that right there, I was thinking Ali. I was thinking, but yeah, you showed out
yeah.
Ali. I was thinking Ali, boom, Ali.
I was
Hey,
thinking, how about who would have won Of those two, I'm like, why? Well, Munguia never is gonna be heavyweight. What the hell? Yeah,
Yeah, certainly,
he's
certainly.
not. He's not that big.
Hey, there's another Ali out there. It's Nico
Yeah,
Ali Wash, who's operating in middleweight space. So, could we see a Munguia versus another Ali at some point? Dun dun dun.
I don't know. From what I heard, he's not that good, but yet. But I don't know. Maybe
Certainly some work cut out for him. I think they said he was working with
you know.
Ismail Ismail Rosales now or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's got
So
a great legacy for sure. So that alone can be enough, maybe, to give him a title fight. Get him a
mhm.
title.
Oh yeah, Remy Notes there. Yeah, Canelo also started at 140. Oh yeah, Canelo worked this way up there.
Like
Reversing the rate.
Marvis, what was his name? Marvis Frazier. He was like, he fought both times. He stepped up against Larry Holmes and Mike Tyson. He was demolished in one round. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember
that
that
goes to
Tyson that
show.
uppercut.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
you should
bounced.
never. One should never have too high hopes or goals just because your father was, a great fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's a trip, man. It's a trip.
yeah,
So yeah. Remy mentioned Nico Ali Watch fought yesterday. Yeah, they were. I remember they had him on the highlights and all that stuff. You got to check him out, Bob. He might be something. He's got a
I
loss
think
now, and he's got a
I have seen
controversial
him.
draw that could have been a loss.
I've seen him fight once anyway in one fight. I think he won that by a knockout or something. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks
Yeah. So
really. Yeah, he looks kind of weird with those braids, but yeah,
no, they just got a name. They got the name right there. So we'll see how he does.
it's
See
like
if it gets
Tommy.
his head on straight.
Yeah, Tommy Morrison's son also Trey.
Oh
He's
yeah.
like fighting but he's like bar
Oh yeah.
people.
Yeah. Old Trey Lippy Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's got another one too. He's got another son who's a little bit better
Rod-
than Trey. I forget his name.
Rodolfo. Oh yeah. I forgot also that's his like a later son that he got, a younger one.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does have another son, but yeah, Trey. Yeah, you could tell. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
just a strong
eventually
guy.
some tough
Yeah.
sledding him operating there at heavyweight. It's just a matter of time, I guess you can say.
He does have some power, but who has he fought? Nobody. Tomato cans. So yeah.
Right. That happens. Those fathers,
Mm,
hey, living up to the shadow of the father. Yeah, that can be a challenge for some at times, for sure.
yeah. That's for sure. I mean, I don't
But
know many who have really like been able to fill their father's shoes.
oh yeah. Another one, Hakeem Rothman Jr. Yeah, Rodolfo, you're right. I think it was
Mhm.
the other Morrison, not Trey Lippy Morrison, but I think the other Morrison kid beat Hakeem Rothman Jr. That is Hakeem
Right.
Rothman Jr.
Yeah, there are two. I think I saw that he has another son, a younger one, who also kind of does a little boxing, but isn't that good, it seems.
Yeah. And as Max notes there, a lot of Ali's now. That is true, Max. There is another Muhammad Ali out of there, out of the UK there, at least fighting. I've seen him on some matchroom cards. Second coming of Muhammad Ali. He had a good amateur background, so he looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Not quite the greatest, but he looks pretty good there as far as Muhammad Ali's are concerned. So
Yeah.
be on the lookout for him, folks. That's funny
There
stuff.
will
But
never be another, of course, Muhammad Ali, that's for sure.
yeah, no, certainly. Oh yeah, I wanted to know also, Bob. I don't know if you saw it. I've seen the knockout, of course, which happened in the sixth round. But Edgar Berlanga, he returned back to
Oh,
his
yeah.
knockout ways,
Yeah, I
taking on
saw it.
McCrory.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, he got that knockout in the end. it it was I guess a good performance. It's not like it was like a wow knockout, like it was. He landed many punches. He needed quite a lot of work to get a guy out of there. It was in the end of the round also. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's all right. It was an improvement after he had how many like decisions in a row, 3 or 4 something.
Yeah.
5.
I think it's like 5 straight decisions actually.
Yeah. So he's now like 22-0 or something.
Yeah, yeah. So this is his
Yeah.
first knockout in like 3 years or something like that. 4
Yeah.
years.
I know you said he had like 16 straight KOs, right?
Yeah,
First
16 straight first round knockouts,
first round, yeah.
So
Almost
he was out there putting
almost as
in that work,
many.
doing damage
Yeah,
against
he
against
came
the
close
guys,
to Edwin Valero's record of 18 straight first round knockouts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
Valero, man, he was stepping it up. And he was
Oh
still
yeah.
continuing to put in some work.
What a loss. What a tragedy that was, man. Oh
Yeah,
my
that was a
god.
crazy situation right there for
Yeah.
him for sure.
I
Remy
see
mentions
Rockman.
real quick, Hakeem Rockman Jr. versus Tim Skywalker. Hey, baby, that's what we can make happen right there. That'll be a good
That's what
one.
I heard from Tim himself. He says he will knock him Hasim Jr. out the minute he sees him. If he ever meets him, said, yeah.
Rockman versus Skywalkers. Put your bets in now, folks. We're gonna look to make
Right
it happen.
on. Right on, Tim. Right on.
Yeah, I
I don't
heard.
know.
I heard that Remy. He said he wanted to fight Skywalker. I heard the little audio.
Doesn't he want to fight the other team, Junior?
Tim Jr.
Also,
I guess he didn't want to fight Tim Jr. and that led to him wanting to fight
too
Skywalker.
small. Yeah, I know. I caught that one that he said like, "Oh, you were a welterweight. You are too small for me." Stuff like that. I don't know, but which way Team Junior is at now, but
Rodolfo, hey, we got the bed knives going out here. Going once, folks. We're gonna keep this going. So yeah, let's set this up. We gotta get with Skywalker. We gotta find a date. Sign the contract, big boy.
sign the contract. that was
So
so. That was really priceless. That one. That one. Sign the
yes, it is.
contract, big boy. Sign
Mhm.
it. He was
That's
like,
funny.
"Yeah, that was so funny, man. If you mess with me, I'll put you fuse out." When he said, they call you Kid Dynamite, but if you mess with me, I'll put you fuse
Hey
out.
Bruce, we got Bruce in the mix. Bruce, we got to make this happen. Rockman Skywalker.
Yeah, in Albuquerque.
Right.
That would
Hey,
be,
it's funny. That is
yeah,
funny. But no, good stuff right there.
yeah.
Hey, big fight this weekend. That's coming up, of course. We know that
Mm.
hold on real quick, hold on, let me see here. I'm seeing on the thing that Sarissa Cat. Oh, Sarissa Cat so Rumbus I fought apparently back on February 23rd.
Well,
Well, he
yeah,
fought
I
against a
heard.
guy who's 3-4-1, so
I think Tim
definitely a
told me
tune up.
he lost or what happened. I don't know.
I
He
think
lost.
he won.
He won.
He better have won in a
Yeah.
6 rounder against a guy 3-4-1. You better have won. But yeah, just out there. But hey, we got a big fight coming up this week. Maybe we can get that kid on Skywalker show tonight, a fight with Hakeem Rockman Jr. Okay, oh yeah. We'll have to check that out then. Yeah. I saw Skywalker had posted something. Get Rockman in there. Hey, I saw Rockman he was in a team combat league. He was on Team DC. I think he was
Oh,
there for maybe like one fight series, maybe two, but one for sure. I
right.
know he got stopped. He was fighting at heavyweight. I
He
don't know if
lives in
heavyweight's where it's at for him,
he
for
lives
sure.
in D. I think he live in DC because I know I think Senior is born from in Baltimore or
Yeah,
somewhere.
he lives in Baltimore. Yeah, no, he's a Baltimore
Yeah.
fighter. That
Mm.
the Team Combat League just so happened to have the DC team, so they needed some heavyweights. He was one of them. Jerry Forrest, he's out somewhere in Maryland,
Oh yeah,
somewhere. So he was on there
right.
for one episode, but you could tell. I guess he hadn't fought in a while, and he wasn't in shape.
Mm.
So, but he fought on there anyway. They needed a heavyweight, I guess. which
Right.
Michael Hunter, he was on the New York team, or
Wow.
or is it Vegas?
Michael Hunter is really exciting fighter. Yeah.
No, he was the Vegas team. Michael Hunter's the
Mm.
Vegas team because Dewey Cooper was the coach.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, yeah, but Michael Hunter, yeah, he's been on there, so yeah, it's very interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, Max says, or have somebody fight Shane Mosley Jr. Hey, Shane Mosley Jr. has been on a little run. Yeah, hey, I like
Really?
Shane
Wow.
Mosley Jr.
Interesting.
I like to see him. I think he's at 168 right now too. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, so he's bigger than his old man, right?
Yeah. He's got some size on him there. So
Mm.
yeah, Shane Mosley Jr. He's been on a little streak as of late. And hey, I say sign it up, sign him up. I'm sure he'd be
Yeah,
game for some of these guys out here.
why not?
Oh, he's 160, so not 168. I got that wrong, but he's operating at one. Oh, he has fought at 168 though.
Well,
So
still bigger than his old man.
yeah. So he's gone in between 160 and 168 in his last several fights. At least since
Mm,
around 28, a little bit before that actually.
right.
So yeah, so he can do 168, do 160. His last two are at 160. He
Mm.
beat Demetrius Ballard, a guy out of this area. I remember that
Oh
contest.
yeah, I heard of him. Yeah. I think he used to be a 154 before.
Yeah, he fought Munguia. Lost. That was his first
Yeah.
loss. He was undefeated. Went up against Munguia. Lost in Mexico, I believe.
Did he also maybe fight Gabriel Rosado, probably, I think. Something
I
like
don't
that.
know. He could have potentially
Mm.
could have fought Gabe, but
Yeah.
yeah, he came up out of this area. But we hit out real quick. I wanted to mention Boz, since we can't get out of here without mentioning Ngannou,
Oh yeah.
Joshua Ngannou, the mega fight that's taking place here this weekend. What are your thoughts on that?
Wow, that's really going to be interesting, of course. I don't know really who I would favor because, Ngannou looked really good against Fury, but that was, like an overweight Fury out of shape, obviously. So, but
Yeah.
still, he shown some boxing skills. I mean,
Yeah.
however, not Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua.
Right.
He I read his name somewhere. He really is a dangerous guy. He can punch, of course, and yeah, I think it will be probably sorry. Probably will go Joshua's way. I don't know, probably my on points, or maybe he will even manage to stop Ngannou late. Maybe, I don't know, but Ngannou is a really strong guy. He's a beast. So,
Yeah.
if he should get if he should get Joshua down like he did Fury, and then land enough punches, I can even see him stopping Joshua. But I don't think there's a big chance of that happening. Really. So
Yeah. I've been leaning towards a Joshua stoppage myself personally,
yeah.
especially if Joshua comes out like he looked against Valid as far as that focus
Mm,
and on the offensive end. He just really manhandled Valid in there. So I think
yeah.
that, of course, we know that Ngannou, tough dude, tough chin and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So
Strong.
that the easier said than done, of course. I'm leaning toward that. Many are leaning on the decision end there for
Mm,
Joshua. But that being said, it should be an interesting one. They're about the same size, actually. When you look at them,
yeah.
pretty much about the same size and
think
everything.
I think Ngannou is 6'4", so Joshua is 6'6". Yeah, there's not as much difference
Yeah. He's got a
anyway.
got an inch or two on him, but just
Yeah,
mass wise, they look
yeah,
similar.
mass wise, Ngannou actually I think is even a little stronger. I mean, physically, probably than Joshua,
Yeah. You never
because
know. You never know.
he
For
he
sure. Yeah,
is
Joshua used to be pretty skinny when he was
yeah
in amateurs.
yeah. I mean, he is an MMA fighter, so they have to grapple, and that takes a lot of strength. Having a lot of strength, so.
Oh
Joshua
yes,
doesn't
no
do
certainly.
that, so.
Appreciate that,
Yeah,
Remy. Yeah, Remy says Ngannou tough customer. Yes, certainly, certainly. So yeah, Ngannou's gonna be tough. So I'm saying stoppage, but Hey, you never know there. You
Yeah,
never know for sure. Because Ngannou is one tough cookie out of Nigeria. Been through some things right there. So he's got that
yeah.
mental resolve for sure. And
Or
he's taking
actually,
on to this well. I even like the fact that
he's
he's working with Mike Tyson. Seeing Iron Mike out there helping him out doing some things there.
I think
So
he's from Cameroon
oh yeah,
actually.
Cameroon, my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Not
but that's
Nigeria.
close.
Cameroon.
They are neighboring countries.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
you're
didn't
right
make
there,
a big.
Boz. Let me get my geography right. He is Cameroonian. But we see, yeah, we got some Nigerian boxers who come through, do their
Yeah,
thing as well here and there.
and they are tough guys. Those Cameroonians,
hmm
like and Billy is also another Cameroonian,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
and
Cameroonian
Bika,
born.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Bika was also, yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, Saki Obika. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Tough. Yeah, tough cats.
yep.
They're always in top shape too, ready to go.
Yeah, or yeah, they take this really seriously, of course.
Oh yeah, certainly. So yeah, we got Joshua Ngannou headlining the things over there. Then we're gonna have Zhang versus Parker, Zhang
Mm,
Jalei, Joseph Parker, in what should be an interesting contest right there, Bob. I've heard some mixed points in
yeah.
terms of who people think will win. What are your thoughts on that one?
Well, it's kind of a little tough to say. I mean,
Yeah.
Parker is definitely not going to stand there like Joyce did in front of Jean and trade. He's
Mhm.
going to move and box, and so it will be tougher for Jean definitely to knock him out. However, he can do it definitely. I think he
Yeah.
can, but will he? That's another thing, and depends on what kind of shape he will come in at, and you know, if he comes a little heavy, then it can be really hard to catch Parker. But I don't know. Sean really hits hard, of course, as we've seen, and Parker cannot really hope to stop him, so he will have to outbox him. So that will mean going 12
Yeah.
rounds, So that will be hard for him. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know really. I'm kind of divided, like 50-50. Either Zhang by knockout or Parker by decision.
Yeah, yes, yes, yeah, certainly on that 50-50 edge. I slightly
Yeah,
lean towards Zhang in the later
yeah.
rounds, getting a stoppage potentially. Uh,
Mm,
that's what I'm leaning. I'm going to say say getting a stoppage. I guess not potentially. I lean Zhang late stoppage there,
yeah,
but gonna be
like
tough because I think Parker can
55%.
win the early rounds for sure.
Yeah, like probably it will be like that, and then maybe Zhang will, get his arsenal ready, and yeah. I mean, he hasn't. I don't think he's ever scored a knockout after 6 rounds or something, Zhang.
Oh
So
yeah,
that also be interesting if he
oh
see
yeah,
if
that is it.
he's able to do like a 7 or 8 round knockout, pull it off, Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, I see
mm,
what you're saying. Yeah, oh yeah,
yeah,
that is interesting right there. So yeah,
yeah.
potentially decision thrown in the mix there. So it should
Mm,
be a good one. I like the fact that it is one of those that, hey, in some regards, a toss up.
yeah, yeah. Really good one.
The show
Good.
for the fans. But yeah, that's going to be a pretty solid card. I want to try
Mm,
and check that out. Of course, going down on Friday. So that's coming up, folks. That is coming up. Madrimov is going to be taking
coming up.
on Kurbanov on there. So that's a super
Oh,
welterweight matchup. I believe there
great.
might be a vacant title on the line. Uh,
Madrimo is really wow. He is really great.
yeah, yeah. I think there's a vacant title on the line or something like that, or an interim title, one of the
Yeah,
two.
yeah. I think so. I think I saw it. Yeah.
Imagine a Madrimov eventually taking on, say, what's his name? Freaking.
Team Tsu. Team
Oh, so
Tsu.
he's 154. So he's still at 154.
Yeah, I think so. Isn't he?
Okay. Well, yeah, TMZ would be a good one. But what I was thinking of, I guess he'd have to go up then.
Alim
Was
Kanuli.
Janabek.
Yeah, Alim Kanuli. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Alam Canoli. Yeah, that would be a interesting one right there for sure. So,
Oh yeah,
but maybe later down the road for that one there.
yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll see. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, then you have Ray Vargas versus Nick Ball featherweight championship matchup. Vargas has.
Oh, I
Well, like
like Nick Ball.
I think Vargas has a title. So yeah,
Nick,
he has a title that he had went up
mm,
to 130 and lost to Shaki Foster and came back down.
all
So that
right.
should be an interesting one.
Yeah, Nick Ball, I like him. He's really
Yeah,
he has a chance, definitely. Yeah, I know Vargas is a slick guy, a clever fighter, but yeah, I think it's a pretty even fight.
yeah. So Vargas 5'7.5", 5'8". Nick Ball 5'2", but Nick Ball, hey, he's been a shorter fighter for a while, and he
Yeah.
still finds a way to get it done. And he has something in those fists for sure. He has something.
Oh yeah, Nick Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
I saw him in his last fight. Who did he fight?
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I missed that one. I need to check it out. But yeah, he did fight here
I
not too
believe.
long ago.
Didn't he even win by a stoppage or something? I think probably.
Yeah, it might have been later.
Yeah, Nick Ball. Yeah, he's just Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he
as
was
Alex said,
fighting.
wrecking ball.
Yeah,
hmm And that's
he
essentially what he
actually.
is there.
I think he last fought
so
Dogby. Actually, yeah, that was a decision victory. Anyway,
oh yeah.
so all right. Anyway,
Isaac Bugby, Neho. Neho. Well, yeah, I remember that one actually too. One prior to that, he got a 12th round stoppage, is what it is. I think it's an
Mm,
African fighter. Um, but yeah, so that's going to be another good one. So it should be an interesting card just there overall for Joshua Ngannou. So yeah, that's the big one that is coming up this weekend, folks. But you can watch some boxing on Thursday on ESPN Plus. Card headlined by Steve Rose and
oh yeah, yeah.
Stephen Butler. I've seen both of them.
Butler,
I've
yeah,
seen Butler
Canadian.
probably a couple of times, maybe a few times. Of course, we've seen Rose on a number of occasions as well, and they're both out of Canada, so that should be an interesting one. Butler, both of them fought Demond Nicholson actually. Or no,
Oh
but
yeah,
Rose did, not both of them. So
Rose,
Rose
right?
fought Demond Nicholson, but Butler
Mm,
he fought and got beat by someone who's on a hot streak here recently. Alam Canoli here knocked him out, I think, in one of his more recent fights. So interesting one
yeah.
there as well. But that's what's coming up on Thursday. But folks, hey, we appreciate you being here with us. It's about that time, about that hour, baby.
Mm,
We're gonna
yep.
wind this thing down, call it a day right here. But you know that we will certainly be around. Hey, be sure to continue to drop by the channel. Check out all the individuals who are mentioned, who are on. We appreciate all of you who'll be dropping by again. Hey, it's going down. Remember that. Check out some of the historic stuff as well. We can have some discussions. Always down for it. So appreciate you there, Boz. Be sure to check out Boz Cobra. Follow the channel. You'll see him on there at Boz
Yeah.
Cobra. And he will pop up. So be
Mm,
sure to go follow Boz as well, folks. We appreciate you all. Rodolfo says, catch me on some FIFA. Let's get it. Why not? Let's get it, Rodolfo. But until next time, folks, salute.
Salute.